In the summer, late summer 1979, I returned from my summer vacation trip from Michigan back to California. My mom had moved in the house in Carson, and I had a discussion with my mom, and she laid a bombshell on me and about my dad. And she revealed something to me that would change the way I felt about him and how I viewed him for the rest of my life. I learned that Bill Pointer is actually not my father. I learned that Merle Bowser is actually my biological father. He's a man that used to come over to our house with his children. And I mean, just look, I mean, we look just alike. This photo was taken, we were around the same age. When you look at the comparison, we were about the same age. I think it was early 30s, like 31 or 32. So we look just alike. And I mean, you can just see it, it's undeniable. And Merle Bowser is a man that used to come over our house. He was the friend of our family, and he would bring these 3 kids with him. And I just thought they were friends of the family. I'm like, they're, you know, he brings these kids over and we have a fun time, and then they go back home. And this man that comes, Merle, you know, he's really nice. He's nice to me. He's nice to everyone. And we had guests all the time. We had cousins that would come over, and other friends and people from our church family sometimes used to visit. I didn't think much of it. But Merle Bowser, as far as back as I can remember, it's like, I think I was 3 or 4. That's when I remember he used to come over and bring the 3 children, Mona, Monica, and Sean, right? And Merle was much older than Bill Pointer. He served as his mentor. And I mean, I had no idea. Again, I just knew these 3 fun-loving kids used to come over with their parents and we have a ball. Mona, it was the oldest, and she used to hold me all the time. As I think back, I remember she used to hold me all the time. She used to like cuddle me and kind of love on me. And I really think the 3 of them knew that I was their sibling, but they just didn't want to say much. They didn't want to reveal much of anything. I was just too young. I wouldn't have understood, and it would have caused a lot of waves back then anyway. Monica, I used to say I was gonna marry her. I used to say, when I get older, I'm gonna marry Monica. She's so pretty, she's my girlfriend. I remember that, saying that when I was a little boy, because they were really, really kind to me, really sweet to me. And you know, Sean, I used to play with Sean. I just thought he was this boy, my brother. I thought he was this boy that just used to get into stuff with and play with. I mean, it never came in my mind that, you know, we'd look just alike. I mean, look at this. I mean, look, we're almost identical. And I remember around our town, people used to say about me and Sean, because I had no idea we were brothers. I didn't know. And people used to say, do you know a guy named Sean Bowser? They said, you talk like him, you walk like him. I think we even kind of had the same little girlfriend crush or something like that. I mean, it was a while ago. I can't remember that part, but some girl was telling me how much I was so much like Sean Bowser. And I was like, oh, I know Sean Bowser. He's my friend. He comes over our house with his parents and his sisters. Yeah, I know them, right? And she'd say, you talk like him, you walk like him, you act like him, you laugh like him. And I never made much of it until I found out. Late summer 1979, I learned that my 3 siblings were Mona, Monica, and Sean. that they were my actual siblings. And it just, I mean, it blew me away. And I visited Battle Creek. I went back to Michigan in 1984, and the complete Bowser family, they just embraced me, all of them. Big Melvin, cousin Kim, Charmaine, all of them. They just embraced me. It was really, really wonderful. And a host of cousins. I don't want to miss anyone. I know I'm gonna miss somebody. So many. Joe, Shanette, Melvin, Sherry, Sharon, Jackie, Charmaine, Lamont, Aunt Joe, cousin Melvin. It may have been my father, Merle's brother, Elsie, which I didn't get to meet because he had passed away. His son, and then there was Mark Bowser. It was Melvin Bowser and Mark Bowser. I did get to meet them once. We went to Grand Rapids, I believe it was, to meet them. Sean took me because, by the time I went back, we learned that, hey, welcome to the family. So they all put their arms around me. They embraced me. And I was hanging out with Sean in '84, and it used to freak me out because when I looked in his face, it's like it was a mirror. I saw myself. And he was like my new brother, and all of our mannerisms were the same. And it was like a really special time. Well, I did think, well, does this mean that Mitch, Sint, and Gwen are only half sisters and brothers, right? And then I talked to Mitch about it. He's like, no, you love who you love. We're blood. We have the same mother, and Merle's your father. Now you know. A lot of people in that town, as far as I heard, a lot of people in Battle Creek knew that there was this man that looks like this little boy, and something's going on there. I even had someone mention that to me. I was in the grocery store, and he said, you look like this man. He's much older than you, but you look like you could be related to him. I had no clue what he was talking about, but little did I know it would soon be revealed to me. In 1995, we had our first child, my wife and I, Andrea, and we wanted little Mike to meet his grandfather. So we took Mike back to Michigan to meet his grandpa. I wanted him to meet his biological grandfather, and that was special. And they got to spend a little time together, and just to see him hold Mike, and for Mike, Mike didn't know what was going on. He's probably 6 months old, or 5-6 months old. But even at this time, at least he knows, and he was held and spent some time with his biological grandfather. That was really special for me to see, and I'm so glad I was able to capture those moments. On December 29th in the year 2002, my dad passed away. And I'm thankful that I did get to spend some good quality time with my real dad, and we got to share and have conversations, and it was great. And I remembered, I knew him my whole life, really, but I never knew that this shocking news. I had no idea, but that was special that I did get to have some discussions with my dad, and we got to share in that time together, and with the Bowser family. That was special. Well, to date, Bill Pointer, he's still alive, and I don't talk to him at all. Last we spoke was years ago. It was for Christmas. I wished him Merry Christmas, and I just don't think that he cares to have a relationship with any of his children, and that's really sad.